support. Pretty good against Mirana since you can block those arrows with Treants potential.
Yeah, that's a great lane swap. Makes entirely sense for them to do it. I think Nature's Prophet is so good at bullying offlaners as well. And yeah, you're not going to have that impact against TV, but here it's just great. Especially because when you're playing a 4 position that's ranged like Mirana, your whole like kind of purpose is that you really want to be able to just like clip the carry and make their life miserable. And Nature's is a hero that kind of fights back against that. It's like he's got a really good matchup against heroes like... They have like no real ways to clear the Treants as well on those 4s, so their life is just hard.
Yeah, it's Nature's Prophet support, not something we see often, but it feels like could be a good game for him. Looking at some of our other lanes, Cheapo, you're gonna be pretty happy. You've been, you know, asking and begging for the Yopaj Snapfire. You finally get it. What can we expect from a Yopaj Snapfire?
Yay! I'm not sure exactly how the matchup against Pap goes, because in my head, obviously, it seems hard to actually kill him because you can just dodge your cookie, he can just get away from you. You don't really have the hard lockdown for it. And they don't have anything like an instant stun like a Rubik or a Lion that like can rotate to mid and help him kill the puck. So they'll probably be kind of hoping more for, like Disruptors level 6, dodge things like Scatter Blast. Because if he just keeps like faking the animation, how are you going to know when he's actually going to do it? And the spell comes out so fast when you actually release that like yeah, I think he's eaten like at least 4 or so of them already and he's just keep getting down.
I was even earlier on, I was thinking like he didn't even want to maybe dodge it because he was worried about a cookie as well hitting him. Oh, he baits it down the mid lane, but no, he gets the Jawn away. There we go. As soon as phase shift goes on cooldown, he's like, I'm going to go aggressive now. I'm going to run it. You use phase shift, and top lane, there's first blood. It's going to be on the Disruptor.
A bit of a scary lane actually. Whitemon is able to rack up a few stacks on you. It's like, I'll be real, I had no idea how Shadow even worked until recently. But because I never play support, right? I was like, oh, it turns out you need like the 5 stacks and then you do so much damage with the...
Oh, we're seeing it top now. He's got 4 stacks. It's not quite enough, but it's going to let the Kaku. Can't really sustain himself against this, so... A tough lane for him. He's going for the cookies kill. Carl is... Oh, wow. Carl actually held onto the Jawn. He still gets low. The burn damage over time, he survives on 50 health. Yopaj is looking for it. The Scatter Blast through is not going to be enough. Nicely played by Carl. As top lane, they go in and Zephyr gets a kill onto Skem with the rotation. So
maybe a little mistake there, but that's okay. They're pressuring top in the meanwhile on Boom. That's like the nice thing about having a Nature's Prophet is that you don't need a card to pressure towers.
We'll look to fight this one. T1, even though they lost their tower, they've got 4 heroes up here and they are looking to punish this. Disruption and arrow will land onto FBZ's Mars, so he's definitely dead. And looks like Tim's will get out okay on the Nature's Prophet. No Dream Coil to catch him, so a decent kill goes T1's way, but fairly up around this mid lane. They saw FBZ there earlier. They may catch Tim's as well. Whitemon gets vision from above, planting a nice observer wood on the hill, but like T1 want to overcommit underneath this tower. Now Boom not set up to defend this with 5 heroes, but they could very quickly TP in.
That's a nice play by T1. They are bringing in Gabbi to make it.
Well done. T1, they get the blink in onto FBZ's Mars. He goes down. Carl even committing the Dream Call. They just want to make sure they get this T1 tower with the Metamorphosis being committed and Gabbi having a BKB on his TP. They should be able to get it. And the nice jewel on the backlines. Cuckoo has found one more. Another winner for him. Once back could perhaps punish him, but the disruption save from Whitemon is there, and Gabbi now ready to help him out as they go. Okay,
maybe Gabbi is going to be able to like use his meta and start hitting, but I think if LC and Shadow Demon are dead, his fight becomes a lot harder, and then it just becomes a game of playing on Boom.
Here we go, both teams smoked up, and it's going to be the Puck who gets instantly blink stunned and speared. That's a dead Puck. He couldn't get the phase shift off in time, and now the kisses come raining down onto Cuckoo. 2 dead on the T1 side, right out of the pause. Boom, they strike fast, they strike hard, but they will lose the Disruptor in the process as Gabbi's Terrorblade on the front line still has a BKB to play around. Maybe looking to fight with this, but Metamorphosis was committed. He's being rooted up now. Has to BKB just to stop himself getting stunned up. And Jackie, he's got no reincarnation. He's in trouble. The TP's on top of him with a reflect. The cookie down to the low ground, but he's hard committed. Gabbi needs to find a Sunder target. If he's not careful, he could be in some trouble here, but it's like he's going to just get himself out of there. Whitemon Shadow Demon getting low as Gabbi goes charging forward, gets the Sunder off to start things off on a Tim's, and the right click with the Metamorph follows it up to get the kill. Yopaj could be next if he's not careful. He illusion runes, but still gets clipped by the arrow. Oh, Zephyr was there waiting for him and nailed him with that arrow. The sniper in the jungle, and it's T1 who come out on top. No wasting time, they want to fight now. Legion Commander, though, just finished off his Ag Shard, so there's that extra layer of save to play around. Linked in from the Mars, he didn't connect with the spear on anyone, though, so at this point, Boom kind of revealed their position. The arrow, I think it landed, it hit Jackboy, so he's in a bit of trouble, but does have the double lives to play around. We'll get back to a little bit of safety here as the arena just being used to deter any further chase here, but they're coiled up too, which means a dead Skim, and they've taken out the first life of the wreaking as well. The arrow finds him on the respawn, so Jackie is done for with the Cuckoo, with the dual snipe as well, just to make sure he gets some bonus damage along the way. Disruption's there to find Yopaj as well, and there's no TP out for him, so T1 have just found all the kills they need to set themselves up for a free roach.
Zephyr, God! Not the best play with that arrow onto wreaking, and it smoked up. He didn't see it. I don't know. He got hit, and then phasing arrow again onto the reincarnation. Like, wreaking set up the arrow against himself.
Definitely one of the maybe downsides of the hero at times. And yeah. Is there a point or an item that Boom can deal with this TB, or is it just like, let's kill everyone else and just hope we can maybe deal with TB last or something?
Maybe if Mars has something else to get.
He is very, very dead. Mortem is just not going to crack it here in terms of the damage output, and Jackie is just losing the battle against his Terrorblade. There's no Metamorphosis, but Gabbi doesn't seem to have a problem with players.
I do respect FPZ going Yule's this game. I think it helped him kill the bug.
Speaking of that puck, they found Skem, and Skem knows it. He was just throwing his life to D-Ward, but they're not done. They've also caught FPZ here, and without a BKB, another dual kill going the way of T1. Cuckoo up to plus 140 now.
Might just be the fact that... I mean, like, they picked it seeing the mid matchup, right? I mean, the fight's about to break out. I'm kind of...
Yeah, don't worry. You got some time. You got some time.
Oh, I'm scared.
They want to contest this Roshan. Puck finds the backline support, so gets the Droom Coil out onto one. Didn't hit the Disruptor and the Yule Scepter, and he's going to be in the Static Storm himself. Gets bursted down on the Shadow Demon. They've killed off the support. Both sides trying to see what they can find here as the Wraith King's lost his first life, and that TB.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, Gabbi's so strong.
Oh, there were any doubts about the T1 pickup bringing Gabbi into the team. I think he's answered a few of them today with his... Is juking it out here in the mid lane, and Boom Esports will be bested in game number 1. They GG out of this. As T1, they strike first, Sheepo, and it was pretty convincing in the end in some ways. Like, the early game was looking good for Boom with some of their early aggression, particularly around the early game power of the Snapfire. But once T1, you kind of mentioned the BKB timing of TB, it felt like they didn't have a good answer for BKBs.